good about all these fairy tales. There's no happily ever after. There's always dead. You know, dead after. Oh, gotta have my mic on to lecture the Zachariah guy. Your jokes aren't funny. Stop it. Or at least make them less, more intimate. Yeah, more intermittent comedy. Yeah, thank you. Oh, anyway. Subjects, people.
I was going to ask you if you came up with your little list of fallback subjects this week.
No, I didn't get to it. Yeah, I got a busy week. You know, it really shouldn't be too busy for that 20 minutes work, but yeah, I didn't do my old job, so it's my fault. Yeah, this week just went too fast. It just wasn't, it really should be like Thursday now, so I'm like, not caught up at all.
The only the only thing I really can remember that happened this week is Ireland declared bankruptcy and they're basically like Greece now, where they need a bailout from the EU.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I'll have to go watch a Modern Mystic video or something. Um, oh, that's interesting. So,
Especially because
whether
Ireland was one of the ones that was doing pretty decent.
yeah, well, you knew the austerity thing wasn't going to work, though. They weren't going to be able to cut back the spending, because you cut back the spending, then you cut back the employment, and you cut back the employment, you cut back the revenue, so you can't win.
But yeah, it is kind of funny that Ireland's going to the EU for a bailout because they've fought the EU on a lot of things tooth and nail over the years. So it's kind of funny they're going to the EU with their tail between their legs. Like, can you please bail us out so we don't have to eat dog food and kill each other to survive and shit? Please, thank you.
Yeah, well, that'll be the trick, though, is they'll blame, well, we wouldn't have gone broke if it wasn't for you, that kind of thing. Wow, you're getting that good a hit off your e-cigarette, man. You must have some good batteries, you fucker. God, I can't get shit out of mine lately. Put some new juice in this one and see if I can get some smoke of substantial integrity. Uh, my smoke's bigger than your smoke. But this cartridge is really old, so I think I'm going to lose the competition anyway. Well.
Oh yeah, and the other thing that happened big this week is Obama wants India in the Security Council of the
Crappy
UN.
lighting. Uh, yeah, well, I guess that's a political move. I mean, I don't understand the
I
politics.
gotta believe Pakistan's thrilled about that.
Oh yeah. I don't know what is Obama's thing with Pakistan. I just don't get it. I mean, did Pakistan like steal $10 from him or something? Sell him some broken batteries that don't fucking work? Maybe that's it. Oh yeah, about some damn Pakistani batteries and they goddamn fucking ripped me off. The fuckers. Yeah, I guess I'd do the same thing. Like if I was president right now, I'd be like, I'm gonna get that Chinese company for stealing my $30. All right, I'm gonna like make friends with those little fucking crazy little whatever they are, those Buddha crazies, just to piss China off. So stealing my $30. Hey, I got nothing nice to say about Pakistan, but compared to what? I mean, Pakistan compared to they're all. You're not going to change the people in the fucking countries. I mean, the one thing I will say for Pakistan, I mean, it's so nutty. I mean, it's all a bunch of like chauvinists and these horrible, male-dominated towns and community. I mean, how the fuck did they ever get away with electing those women? I mean, that whatever her name was. I mean, that was so fucking weird. Because it's like if I was to like, somebody told me ahead of time, oh yeah, they're gonna elect a female president. You'd be like, what the fuck? Pakistan? Yeah, well, defining the worst is a little tricky. Egypt ain't no fucking, you know, uh, paradise island either.
It actually reminds me of something Dawa Film said that kind of really irked me the wrong way. He said that there was no Islamic states in the world.
Yeah, I don't know how he rationalized that. I mean, that's just. I mean, what does he mean that there's no states explicitly run by the Pope? You know what I mean? I mean, uh, you know, yeah, okay, they
I
all
mean, the
have
first
some
thing that
sort of
came to mind was
system in
Iran. I
place.
was like, don't they have the Shah or fucking the whatever?
No, they don't. So, yeah, I mean, they used to have the Shaw, but they don't anymore. So, um,
I mean, what
but yeah,
is
they
it
have
called?
two
The
branches of
cleric
government. I mean, they have the clerics have real power, but it's two branches of government kind of thing. You know what I mean? There's they 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 split up the power between them. Between the pragmatic get the job doneers and the religious. I mean, it's the same way the probably the English, in the old days used the Catholic Church, or the church to control the people. So I mean, it's like the bishops or whatever had power, but um, that they should. But the monarchy was about the money, and at Saudi Arabia, it's like you know, the the owners. It's about the money, and they just let the religious people control the local population, so they can steal all the oil money. Yeah, Obama didn't bail out the banks. I mean, the majority politics bailed out the banks. Okay, McCain would have bailed out the banks in a millisecond. So Obama just did what, he did the anti-democratic liberal thing. He did the conservative Clinton half-measure thing. I mean, he went along with the system. I mean, Obama's just the big lie. Obama was of Obama was, I'm going to tax the rich. I mean, that's what he got elected on, and he didn't do any of that shit. Well, yeah, the bailout started under the Bush administration. I mean, that's when we started buying all the bad, the mortgage companies and the rest of that crap. So, I mean, that was all in the works under Bush. But Obama certainly added to it. I mean, he put a real conservative in charge of the Fed and, and the Treasury, and these capitalist cunts, and he went right along with this save the stock market strategy. Yeah, there's no way they're going to get a tax increase through the Congress now that it's like, whatever, 90 seats leaning Republican. Come on. I mean, they got a huge majority in the Congress. There's no way a tax increase is getting passed in the Congress. Going by what the guy said, he says it's going to happen in January. Well, it ain't going to happen in January. Well, whatever. It's not going to start. It's not going to happen. If the current Congress passes a huge tax increase or a substantial one, the next Congress will just undo it. Well, whatever. There's no Democrats. The Democrats lost in the Congress, and the Senate is always, even when the Democrats have control of the Senate, it's still far more conservative than the House. So the game is over on the tax front. It's not going to happen. The rich are not going to get taxed. Yeah, well, to some extent they have to have raisins for bowls, I guess, to get elected. But that's the sad truth. And they're just so dishonest. But it's disappointing. They know, but that's the problem. I mean, these guys want the job for ego reasons, and and for connections and the money they can make afterwards and all that crap and the whole whatever the game is. But it's never really about the policy. I mean, look, Obama didn't have any clue what he was going to do when he was president. He just promised a bunch of crap, a bunch of ambiguous crap, but he didn't have any real plan. I mean, why do you want the job if you don't have a plan?
But Gary, he had change.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he had a word, and he was a fancy dresser, and he could speak good English. And that's apparently all we want from a president.
I like rubbing that change shit in people's faces. Like